Hi ladies, it's me with another video. Let me turn this up and see if we're okay with the volume. Um, First I want to let you know that on the 25th of this month, over at my website, The Cat Condo, here's the web address. I'm going to be doing a drawing. There's a whole lot of stuff that somebody could win. All you should do is go register and put one comment or whatever in one of the forms, and you're going to be entered into a container. And on the 25th of this month, 25th of July, I'm going to be picking one winner to win all the stuff. If you look at my YouTube videos, I think the one before two back was a list of the stuff that I'm going to be giving away in this drawing. And there's graphic 45 paper. Now, for the next thing, let me pull this aside. Oh, I wanted to show you, I finally made a sign for my, for me, Lori Cat Designs. I came up with this, some of my favorite things. I am Rose's flowers, and I love lace, and then I love Prima bling, satin pearls, and I love my bottle caps, and I love this lady. I love steampunk and vintage and all that, as you can tell. And then this was a hair clip, and I took it apart, and then I used it was white, and I used some of the Tim Holtz distressing ink and alcohol inks, and made that brown because I love browns. And this is a charm I made. So I have a sign now. Woohoo! I'm excited about that. Okay, I'm going to do a tutorial. I told somebody wanted to know how I make my my bottle caps, especially the flat ones. These ones here. Okay, I don't have the dome on it yet, which I'll do that later on. Okay, and the reason why they wanted to know is because my bottle caps in the middle, they sit flat. When you usually flatten them, the middle pops up normally. I'm going to show you how to get that flat. Okay, with my bottle caps, I thought I had everything. I use my cuddle bag. I put a whole bunch on the plates, and I use plate. Let me get the plates I use out so I can tell you which plates to use for doing flattening your bottle caps. I use the big white plate, which is A, and then I use the two B plates. As you can see, they have the little markings on them from the bottle caps, which that doesn't hurt anything. I use both B plates. I put one of the B plates down. I put like 9 bottle caps on at one time. Put it on, run it through, and it flattens them like this. Okay, it doesn't flatten the inside though. The inside's still popped up. I'm going to show you how to get that inside flattened. Okay, let me put this aside so we can get started on this. Now, you can either come on, chair. You could either stamp your images with stamp pad and that, or you can print your images out. I print my images out. I have a programming where you can downsize. I can downsize. You can do it on Photoshop, Elements. I use Microsoft Digital Imaging Suite, which they don't sell anymore. You might be able to find it on eBay every now and then. You just put the rulers on your imaging. You make sure, like most people have Photoshop Elements. When you bring Photoshop Elements, make sure your rulers are on the top and on the side. Then you cut out a circle, and then you put your image into the circle. You can do that with Photoshop too. It's very easy with digital imaging. And then you downsize it to 1 inch. I go just a teeny bit over 1 inch by 1 inch because your inner circle is 1 inch by 1 inch. These are these pictures are 1 inch by 1 inch. So I do that, and then I print out. I usually do a whole page at once, and then I print them out, and then I cut them out with my circle punch. I love my circle punch. Okay, now let me get a flat bottle cap out so I can show you. Let me hope I have a flat bottle cap. These are my bottle caps. Here, I'll use this one. I don't think I have flat. I don't think I flattened this one out. Okay, on the black part, and on the brown parts. Oops, sorry. On the brown part here, and on the black shiny part here, I used Tim Holtz alcohol inks. Now, if you want this deep shiny black, you're going to have to use a lot of this alcohol ink, okay? And it does chip off if you're not careful. But what I did find recently is I found this at Walmart. Shiny, it's Folk Art Shiny Acrylic Paint. And let me show you what you get with it. I painted part of this bottle cap. And see how shiny that is? As long as you don't scratch on it or that, because if you scratch on it, it's going to come off. You get a very shiny finish, and I think it was like $1.29 or $1.49 for this. So personally, I'm going to start using this because it's much cheaper than our alcohol inks. Granted, they don't have some of the colors I would use, like I love ginger, so I'd use my alcohol inks for that. And what you do is you just take it, open it, and you just dot it on there and let it dry. Don't rub it or anything, let it dry. And then when it dries, you take the pieces that you missed, and I get my hands very dirty when I do this, so you gotta be willing to get your hands dirty. And then you dot the areas that you missed that are still colored. And what I find important about using these, or even the shiny stuff here, I like using gold bottle caps better than silver, because for spots that you've missed, if you're using silver, it's going to show through really good that you missed with the silver. So you're going to have to use a lot of your alcohol inks to cover that silver up. With the gold, especially if you're using ginger or browns or that, you can't tell that much because it's gold. So I prefer going with gold bottle caps than silver. Now, on the back here, it's nice and solid, and I put just black cardstock punched out. And what I used is this magic mold. I had some sitting around, not doing anything with it. I was going to use it on something else, but it didn't work. And I stuffed the inside of the cap with a magic mold, let it sit for the day, and let it harden up. And it's very light, so you don't even know it's there. And then I put a black piece of round cardstock on here. That way you don't have to have the really thick foam. You can use just any piece of double-sided tape or whatever, glue. Magic mold works good for that. Okay, and to get the plastic pieces out, the plastic inside these pieces. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm used to doing it down. To get this piece out of your bottle cap before you work with it, I have a coffee tea mug heater, beverage warmer by Rival. I got this one for my sister, but you can get one for like $4.95. You can find them for pretty cheap. Plug it in. I just let mine sit. I find that the longer I let it sit, the longer I let it sit, I'm trying to find my tweezers here that I use on it. There we go. It doesn't matter. You can let it sit for an hour and a half. Just don't. If you use these white ones, they have the white inside, you have to be really careful because these will melt and it's harder to take it all off. You can still get it off, but it's harder. It's better to use the clear ones. Just FYI. You let these get really hot. And I have a small flathead screwdriver here. Not too small though, because if you get it too small, it's too hard to work with. And then, I don't have this one plugged in, I'm using it as reference, okay? Then I hold my tweezers like this, and then I take my screwdriver and I go up underneath that silicone piece, and I start pulling it up, and when it's hot, it'll come up easily. And then you can take your tweezers and pull the rest off. That's how you get the plastic pieces out. But you know what, ladies, you can find on eBay. You can find these for like $100 for $4.99. Already, the inside's taken out, so you don't have to worry about that if you don't want to. I just bought these a long time ago. Okay, now that part's done. Now we're going to get to the point of flattening this down. Okay, I put it through the Cuttlebug. The inside still popped up. What I do is I use my trusty, everybody remembers these, Making Memories hammer, the old way to do your holes and your eyelets. And I take the flat side, go all the way to the corner of the bottle cap, see, and you twist it around like this and push down hard, and it'll flatten it down. And then you go around again, and then around again, and you can see it going flat, and around again until it's completely flat. And it doesn't take much to flatten it. And see, this one went flat already. See, and then when you flatten them like that, and I usually put a piece of paper on a piece of cardstock on the back, so it's easier to, and I glue this on, and I use all-purpose Elmer's glue to glue it on. You can use tape to tape it down, a little piece of glue, a little dotted glue or whatever. When that's done, when you do the domes, let me do a dome here. This one doesn't have a dome on it. I like that one, and I'll show you. I buy my domes on eBay or Etsy. You can get 100 in a pack for $8.99, $9. I use my tweezers. I'll pop it back to show off a little piece. Oops, come on. Pull off your dome. What I like about flattening it like that is, and then when you put your dome on, you line it up with the piece of paper, the corner of the paper of your printout. When you do that, it's not going to be messed up when you're done. Okay, I'll show you right now why I like doing that, flattening the inside out. And I'd be really careful when I usually have here, we'll use this. The reason why I do this is because if you press on it with your finger, you're going to get your fingerprints on the dome, the clear dome. See how that looks? It's flattened with the bottle cap now. You don't have a bump there. So when you close your book in that, or your mini book or whatever you put it on, it's going to be flattened as flat as the bottle cap. And that's what it looks like when it's done. And if any of these instructions weren't clear enough, just send me a message and I will do another video going through the whole process from the beginning and actually make one. Okay, I think you guys got it though. I think it's pretty clear. And there's that. And I'll be back with another video on a charm. I've been giving free charms away as prizes and charm kits. And I'm going to do a video on how to make this charm that's in the kit. And again, there's only a few more days to go over to the cat condo at spruce.com, sign up, register, and get in the drawing to win that big package. The 25th is the drawing. So hurry up over there and get that done. If you want to try winning a big prize, Graphic 45 papers in there. And that's it. I'll be back with another video in a little while. Have a good night, ladies. Where's my mouse? Oh, here's my mouse. Have a good night, ladies. Bye-bye. Okay.